Dear students, last time we have seen about audit program, the meaning of audit program, preparation of audit program, advantages of audit program, limitations of audit program, contents of audit program, and audit notebook. The meaning of audit notebook we have seen last time. Audit notebook is a bound book maintained by auditor or his staff during the course of audit. The various information is noted in the audit notebook and used by the auditor for a reference purpose or various purposes. The maintenance of audit book is important on the part of auditor for proving that the work which he has performed. This extent we have completed last time. Today we are going to discuss here the contents of audit notebook, advantages of audit notebook, objectives of audit notebook, and about audit working paper. This aspect is to be seen by us today. The audit notebook, when prepared, that time some of the points are noted in the audit notebook by the auditor and his staff. That consists of first, a list of books of accounts maintained by the clients. The clients are maintaining various accounts and books according to their need and requirement, if not mandatory on them. In such a case, auditor is required to mention those books of accounts and record maintained by the client. Second is the names of the principal officers, their powers, duties, and responsibilities. It is necessary on the part of auditor to consider this aspect for completing the audit work. The officer and their power, duties, and responsibilities are to be noted in the audit notebook for performing the task of audit. Third is the technical terms used in business. In some businesses, some different technical terms are used. Thereby, there are necessity of the confirmation of the meaning of that technical term, and for that purpose, such are to be noted in the audit notebooks. Fourth is the points that require further explanation. During the course of audit, auditor found some queries or some suspected aspects. That time he have need of to get the further explanation about that point. Such points are noted in the audit notebook. The particulars of missing vouchers, the duplicate which have to be obtained, are also to be noted in the audit notebook. When audit is carried out, that time all of you are aware that none of the transaction is recorded in the books of account without documentary evidence. But sometimes some of the transactions are recorded in the books of account, but there have no documentary evidence. Such missing vouchers or missing documents are required to be noted in the notebook for getting the confirmation. Next is the mistakes and errors discovered. When audit is carried out, that time some errors and mistakes are discovered by the auditor, and it is not possible to remember all the errors and mistakes which are discovered by the auditor. So for remembering that, these are noted in the audit notebook. Total or balance of certain books of accounts, bank reconciliation statement, etc. are noted in the audit notebook. Next is notes and queries which might be required at a subsequent audit. These are noted in the audit notebook. The points which have to be incorporated in audit report, that are also noted in the audit notebook. When auditor prepares the audit report is the final outcome of audit work, and thereby when auditor prepares the audit report, that time auditor have necessity of some points to be noted in that report, and those points you want to note in the report are noted in the audit notebook, and accordingly report is prepared. Next is accounting method followed in business. Various accounting methods are followed by the businessman for their account purpose. Thereby, which accounting method is followed by the businessman is also noted in the audit notebook for future reference. Next is date of commencement and completion of audit. It is necessary on the part of auditor to keep a record of commencement of audit and completion of audit to prove that he has taken due care while auditing the books of accounts and record, as well abstract from minutes, contracts, etc. Some sort of abstracts of minutes and contracts are necessary. These are also noted in audit notebook. And next is particulars of accounting and financial policies followed in the business. These are the various contents which are included in the audit notebook. After considering this content, when audit notebook is maintained by the auditor, that time he is wasting some time as well, wasting the money for that, and thereby it is necessary to understand the various advantages which are delivered by the audit notebook. The first advantage of audit notebook is an auditor may know the exact volume of work performed by his assistant. The audit work is carried out by the assistant, and thereby it is necessity on the part of auditor to know to which extent the auditor staff has completed it. And for knowing this, the audit notebook is useful. Second is it helps for further reference and guidance. This can serve as a guide in framing the audit program in future. For preparing the audit program in future, audit notebook is providing a base or it is used as a base, and accordingly audit program is prepared. Next is it facilitates the preparation of audit report. For preparation of audit report, audit notebook is most useful to the auditor. Fourth is it ensures that the audit program has been sincerely followed. It is prove that audit program whether followed or not on the basis of audit notebook. It is reliable evidence in the eye of law if the auditor has to defend himself. Sometimes it is happen, some of the charges levied against the auditor about negligence on his part. And in such a case, to defend the situation, auditor is using audit notebook, and on the basis of that, it is considered as a reliable proof in the court of law. Next is the responsibility. The responsibility of errors undetected can be fixed on the assistant concerned on the basis of audit notebook. And last is the important matters relating to the audit work may be easily recalled on the basis of it. These are the various advantages of audit notebook. Then next concept is the audit working papers. About the audit working papers, to understand what is meant by working paper, what are the content or audit working papers which in which papers are included in it, what about the ownership of working paper, and what about the possession of working papers. Audit working papers are the written record kept by the auditor of the evidence accumulated during the course of audit. The method and procedures followed and the conclusion reached. These papers contain information about important facts and explanation of working notes in connection with the accounts under audit. Audit working paper includes the following. The first is trial balance prepared by the client. After completion of the financial year, the client prepares the trial balance, and this trial balance is a base, or on the basis of that audit is carried out. Second, various schedules such as schedule of fixed assets, schedule of debtors, schedule of creditors, schedule of investments, and other items of balance sheet and profit and loss account. Third is correspondence between auditor and outsider. In the course of audit, auditor will sometimes require some explanation or information for confirming the fact and figures. Auditor is making correspondence with banking companies, insurance companies, debtors, creditors, etc. If such correspondence is made by the auditor, that correspondence copies are the working paper, and these are kept by the auditor with him as a proof of evidence. Next is details regarding valuation of stock, the various bank accounts, reconciliation statements, depreciation provided on fixed assets, extracts from minute books, audit program, certificate from the management regarding accrued liabilities, verification of cash, and any other relevant working papers which the auditor want to maintain. These are kept as audit working paper by the auditor. After keeping this audit working paper or preparation of audit working paper or accumulation of audit working paper, these papers are actually compilation of all evidences which are collected by the auditor in the course of audit, and these working papers are serve the following purposes. The first purpose of working paper is they show the extent of adherence to accounting principles and auditing standards. Second is they are useful as evidence against the charge of negligence. We already discussed this. They assist the auditor in coordinating and organizing the work of audit assistant. On the basis of working paper, auditor is able to coordinate and organize the work of audit assistant. They are ensuring the possibility of quick preparation of audit report. On the basis of working paper, the auditor can know the distribution and accomplishment of work. They can use as a permanent record for future reference. They provide a means to control the ongoing audit work, and working paper assist the auditor in forming an opinion on the financial statement. These are the various objectives of a working paper, and with these objectives, the auditor collect the working papers or documents during the course of audit. This work in regard to this working paper, about the question is arise regarding protection and preservation of working papers. It means the protection and preservation of working papers. Who are responsible for that? Who are to be kept that? That are the questions. And in regard to this, whoever is in possession of working paper should be responsible for their safe custody. These should in no case be shown to third party except with the permission of the client. As the working papers are prepared in respect of the client's business, they should be treated as highly confidential and should be preserved in all circumstances and at all times. After submitting the audit report to the client, this paper may be filed and preserved for a period of time sufficient to meet the need of the auditor practice and satisfy and pertinent legal or professional requirement of record retention. Means protection and preservation of working paper is the responsibility of auditor. Auditor is required to take care to keep the paper in safe custody. Nobody have access to this paper because these paper are client's paper and these papers are highly confidential. So it is the responsibility of auditor to keep it safe, and the auditor is required to keep it safe whenever extent you want to keep that as their professional requirement. This is the provision in regard to protection and preservation of a working paper. Again, one of the major questions is arise in regard to this, with about the ownership of working paper. In regard to ownership of working paper is important and pertinent question. The claim of the auditor is that he who has collected the information for the purpose of discharging his duties. Therefore, he is entitled to the possession of these papers. On the other hand, it is the claim of the client that the auditor is his agent and hence he should surrender this paper to the client. It means it is a matter of dispute. Auditor want to keep this paper with him. These are his ownership, and client is saying that he is not his agent and thereby he is not entitled to keep this paper. These are to be submit to the client after the audit. In regard to this, the question of ownership of working paper was arose in 1938 before the court, and the judgment of the court was that the auditor had right to retain the working paper as if it were their own property even after the payment of the audit fees. According to the judgment, auditor were independent contractor and not agent of the client. So he is able to keep the paper in his possession, or he is the owner of the paper. According to the views of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, working papers are the property of auditor. The auditor may at his discretion make portions of or extract from his working paper available to his clients according to standard of auditing practices. An auditor should adopt a reasonable procedure for custody and confidentiality of his working papers and should retain them for a period of time sufficient to meet the need of his practice and satisfy any pertinent legal and professional requirement of record retention. These are the provisions in regard to the possession and ownership of the working papers. By this way, we have seen here the content of audit notebook, advantages of audit notebook, meaning of working paper, purpose of working paper, possession of working paper, and ownership of working paper. Thank you.